Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Tony and Emmy Award winner LaChanze is returning to the New York stage in the first Broadway production of the Alice Childress play Trouble in Mind. Under the direction of Charles Randolph-Wright, it begins performances on October 29th, and we are here at the American Airlines Theatre to catch up with LaChanze and the company.
This is a play that I've loved since I was in college. Alice Childress is one of the most brilliant playwrights, American playwrights that we have, that has not had her work on Broadway. And it's time, it's beyond time, 66 years in the making. So I'm just thrilled to be a part of this historic moment for her.
So when you read the play, what made you say, yes, I have to be a part of this?
First, Charles, because Charles is Charles Randolph-Wright, and we love him. But then I was like, wait, what play again? And he was like, Trouble in Mind. And I was like, oh, I'm so in, and I just think it's so timely, it's so relevant, and I'm just excited.
Well, I've known LaChanze for years. We've done workshops, what I call Death by Workshop, so many times, and this role, it's as if Alice wrote this role for her because of what she's been through in the business, and everyone was astonished when she said in the article that I'm her first black director on Broadway. So what that means, what we understand, what we've all been through, the fight that we've been, what we've had to fight for through our entire careers, and what Alice fought for before that, trying to open the door for us, opening that door for us, and then the door slamming, and then going through more doors and those doors slamming. Having LaChanze represent all of that, representing the pain, the struggle, the brilliance, and then the joy. No one can do that better. I am so blessed to have her, and this company is astounding. Every single person brings beyond an A game to this. It's A+. I mean it, and our work every day, it's I go home so elated. I can't sleep. You know, it's like the show needs to open so I can go to sleep.
Well, you are back on Broadway in a play.
How about that? They let me back. It always amazes me.
I love this play. I read this play the other night, and I was like, wow, this play could have been written yesterday.
We say that like every 5 minutes. It's so amazing that it's so prescient, so zeitgeisty, so of the moment, you know? It's just, wow, stunning.
Oh, I love this play, and what a journey. It's theater history in the making. 66 years ago, she wrote this play, and it's finally making it to Broadway. And it's a wonderful play, and it makes you think. It does all the things that a great play does, or should do. It makes you think, and hopefully keep thinking after you've already left.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like that immediate gratification. There's no high like performing in front of a live audience. I mean, there's just not. You get that buzz. It's, you know, every time I do it, I question it. You know, I'm about to go on. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this? But then, you know, afterwards, you're like, all right, let's do it tomorrow again, twice sometimes. There's no feeling like it. And I love all the mediums. I love film. I love TV. I love it all. But there's nothing like that live theater.
So we're getting an entire week extra of rehearsal on the actual stages, and we did our first couple weeks of rehearsal right above. So we're living in this theater right now and breathing it in, and it's been wonderful.
One of the first moments of the play is LaChanze's character walking out on stage and silencing and saying, the theater, I got to just take it in, something along those lines. And I was like, God, what a way to start a play. I knew immediately I was going to love it. And then when I read the play, Alice Childress is a prophet.
I'm rather hoping that the audience would come and say, oh, it's so out of date. But they won't, because it's not out of date. That's the appalling thing. The attitudes that she writes about back 66 years ago, whenever it was, that she had the production off Broadway and it never came to New York, to Broadway itself. The attitudes then have not changed. And I find myself being forcibly reminded that I really have to think a bit harder about the things I've taken for granted all my life.
as a kid, growing up in the theater and actually growing up in the church and then moving to the theater, but going to the governor's school, then making it to Juilliard, and then having some time away from the theater, it's true what they say, it never leaves you. That feeling never leaves you. And this is what we all work to get to. It's like the Olympics, like Michael Phelps has been training all of his life, and it's just a bigger pool telling the same stories though, and it's beautiful.